So the press is a part of all this, and that is the subject of the Talking Points memo this evening. I'm going to give you one example of a press outlet you know. You may not read it, but you know it. It's USA Today. So at its height, 40 years ago, USA Today had a circulation of about 2.5 million readers because they gave it away free in the airports. It was everywhere. Hotels gave it to you, that kind of thing. 2.5. You know what the circulation of that is now? About 120,000. From 2.5 million in 89, it's dropped 94% in circulation. And the reason is that Gannett, the parent company, has changed it into an ideological situation. All right, I'm going to prove that now. So Gannett is a parent company, and Gannett lost an astounding amount of money last year. It lost $28 million in 2023, and that's down from $78 million in 22. And the reason it lost less in 23 is it cut out a lot of its paper. So it's hard to get USA Today paper. It's online. So they cut those costs. But it's still losing $25 million a year. And it's not going to be around much longer. The whole Gannett thing is going over the cliff. And again, it's because of ideology. Because traditional people, they don't want to read propaganda. And they won't. So here's the latest headline in USA Today. Put it up there. Full screen on the radio. I'll read it to you. Trump spent the weekend lying. Biden prepped. Isn't that nice? That sounds real objective to me. Trump spent the weekend lying. The whole weekend. He just lied all through Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know if he stopped lying Sunday midnight, but USA Today probably knows. But Biden, he just prepped for the debate. Okay, the writer of this article is a guy named Chris Brennan. All right, he's a columnist for USA Today. And he has a perfect right to say whatever he wants about Donald Trump or Joe Biden. He's a columnist, but he's a Trump hater. Okay, so under his picture I just showed you, and the word columnist, it should be, and Trump hater. So the audience knows what they're getting. And let me back it up. All right, so in June, just a few weeks ago, here's what Brennan wrote. Quote, Donald Trump is many things. A bankrupt real estate developer recast on television as a business savant, a New York playboy adjudicated liable for sexual abuse, a law and order politician convicted of 34 felonies. That sounds an objective description of Donald Trump, right? Come on. So anyway, I could give you more from this guy, Brennan, but he hates Donald Trump. Now, you would think that the CEO of Gannett would know that. And if you're going to use Brennan, then next to Brennan, you have a conservative columnist. That's how fairness is imposed. But no, as John Belushi once said. Okay, and that's why they're going down the drain. Now, the good news is that the media is not going to have much influence on the vote in November. The cable news ratings are cascading down big time. The network news is it's basically a weather forecast. If you watch the network news at 6:30 or whenever it comes on in your town, they just run around covering weather and then blaming it on global warming. That's what they do. Okay? The Washington Post, one of the two big liberal papers, lost $77 million last year and is a revolution in its own newsroom. They want to boot Jeff Bezos, the owner, out. All right? And the New York Times, well, what can I say? So it's done. What these papers and television stations say does not really matter anymore, with one exception. If the race, the vote, is razor tight, razor close, there are uninformed Americans who pick up stuff and maybe the media will tilt them to Biden. But it's certainly not going to be what it was. All right? The media is shot in America, another institution that is evaporating before our eyes. And people ask me, is it coming back? And my answer is no, and I will give you my answer in the final thought tonight. Because I was on News Nation last night, and I told News Nation, which is trying desperately to get a foothold, and I like News Nation, okay? I told them that much of the media will never come back, and I'm going to use that sound cut. And that's a memo. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.